The boys over at Techland are definitely busy with the upcoming DLC and a new chapter. We're getting a new chapter in like a week or two for making this video. So it's not footsteps and a night runner, now it's a huntress, and a hag. Whatever the hell that means, I don't even know. But this is the second chapter. It's going to debut in a couple of weeks. Like I said, from the time of posting this video, it's probably like a week away. It's going to come with the upcoming patch 1.5. Hopefully this is a big one. Hopefully we're going to get a lot of new stuff, not only just as, new chapter, but some new features. Like, can we get some arrow and crossbow retrieval? Like, that is just a simple game mechanic that's in a lot of games, and for some reason it's missing in Dying Light 2, and they even talked about it, but whatever. But I digress. Alright, as previously mentioned, the chapters are an essential part of the post-launch support plan for Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Moreover, news at the Fisheye, new episode is coming, which I already watched. They kind of talk about this stuff, blah, 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 whatever. New chapter agent, Shengzhu, I don't know how to pronounce it. Shengzhu, I think. Shengzhu, I don't freaking know. So you meet Shen, I'm gonna call her Shen, right? AKA the Huntress. Our newest chapter agent. Well, who is she? Where did she come from? What is her business in the city? For now, all you need to know is that she is a highly skilled, trained tracker and archery expert as a very special task for you. Will you become the hunter or will you become the prey? Stay tuned, as in the upcoming weeks, Techland's going to reveal more information about new missions, bounties, enemies, and weapons in the second chapter we'll introduce. Like I said, the Fisheye episode, they already did that. Talked about how essential these chapters are, giving us consumers or players content in the meantime for waiting for DLCs and major events and different things that Techland is trying to do. So do I really care about this new chapter? No, not really, guys. The first one was okay. Like, my thoughts on it is like, okay, it's free content, it's not bad. Like, if you're in end game for Dying Light 2, like, it's something to do at least, and it's just not bad. I'm kind of struggling when it comes to this game, Dying Light 2, because I do want to love it, and I did get my money's worth. So any criticism that I throw at Techland, it's really just for the general public and the people that played the game and maybe haven't came back to it, or people that are still playing it and kind of keeping their eye on this game, like, hey, what's coming, what's new, what's going to happen. But I'm not really feeling this game right now. I like the parkour, I like the combat, there's definitely some things I like, but I am overwhelmed with the missions. I've beat the game now so many times, I've done New Game Plus, and all these side missions, these fetch missions, and all these different side quests, it is literally overwhelming, where they just mostly turn out to be parkour challenges, and hey, go grab me this, go grab me that. The game is lacking substance, it's lacking replayability. Have you ever heard of a loot box that actually contains good loot? This is a simple, essential feature for a looter game. Now, they have a different system in place where you're going out and you're looting these special infected, special encounters, and you're getting some legendary gear. It's just not good enough. The whole stash being capped, the weapons that are in the game, it's just not good enough. Can we get some weapons that actually have some really, really cool, special, unique effects, like rotating saw blades and stuff like that? Do you remember from Dead Island? I think it was Dead Island that it would let you get some weapons where the rotating saw blades actually made noises. Like, I'd like to see an advancement in some of the weapons that they're offering us with some effects to these other than what's there right now. There's a lot of things that I'm having gripes with when it comes to Dying Light 2. I want to see more. So they're going to introduce this whole new update 1.5, the second chapter basically. And again, I think it's cool because it's free content. We don't have to pay for this stuff, okay? And it gives more for end game players to do. They're taking some footsteps in the right direction basically, but I do need more personally, because if you don't like Dying Light 2, you can just play Dying Light 1. That is still a banger of a game. Dying Light 1 is still a banger of a game all these years later. Unfortunately, for people that were really excited for Dying Light 2 and it just did not come through for them, we gotta wait like another 5 years for them to try to do a do-over for Dying Light 3. But anyways, guys, the new update is coming, and the only thing that is really, really gonna get me excited about this is if there's some really cool, badass freaking weapons. She is a highly skilled tracker and archery expert, so I expect, and this is my hope, we're gonna get a lot of new bows and a lot of new crossbows, not just one. One new crossbow is just not good enough. It's good for people that don't want to side with the PKs and basically got gypped out of their crossbow. There's issues when it comes to New Game Plus, stuff like that, stuff they take away from you and everything. She needs to give us at least a few crossbows, few bows. Like, there needs to be some really good weapons. And maybe some new locations. I know it's hard for these guys to introduce like brand new locations that aren't basically flipped assets, because I kind of feel like the whole game is just one big flipped asset. Everything you see is the same, every building building almost is the same when it comes to the interior. I do like the city of the game, but again, I feel like the assets were just used over and over and over. And if you play long enough, you're going to get that sense. You're going to be like, you know what? There's really no points of interest. There's really no good points of interest in this game. So I'm not feeling Dying Light 2 as much as I did before, but I do think they could turn it around with certain things, like whether it's better community events and better different events. They really need to step their game up with the events. Hopefully this chapter is good with unique missions, unique bounties. This game really needs some unique stuff to it. It needs some stuff that feels right and feels different, and it's not just repetitive and the same old thing over and over. Let me know what you guys want to see and what your expectations are for this new chapter. Is it going to be kind of more of the same and it's just like whatever, I don't really even care? Because it has to be good enough to get players to come back and players that are playing to really get invested in this whole thing and want to do this and want to farm this stuff and want to spend their time trying to farm these samples and do these bounties and missions, daily and weekly ones, because the old chapter I just gave up on. I didn't even care about. It's like, got to the point where it's like, whatever, if I miss it, I miss it. It's fine. This is not structured like other seasons and stuff like that in other games. All right, the one thing that I do know that the new update 1.5 is actually going to add, other than the new chapter, is a balance mode, a VRR mode on the PlayStation 5. Techland has announced that Dying Light 2 update 1.5 is going to bring a number of key features to the parkour fuse zombie sequel, including a balanced and VRR mode for the PlayStation 5 version of the game. The balance mode is going to allow for a target of 60 frames per second and 4K resolution, while the VRR mode offers 1080p with an unlocked frame rate. New update is coming soon. I will definitely do future videos on like the patch notes, the new features and updates, start playing a little bit and see what the hell they're offering, see if it's any good, see if it's different than the first chapter, or if it's just more of the same. Alright guys, let me know if you're excited for this new chapter 2. Are you excited for update 1.5? I want to see how creative Techland is really taking this thing and how much effort and work they're putting into this. Granted, they are working on the big DLC that is coming up, so I do understand that. I will do more videos on this new update and the second chapter, things that I think are worth me doing on my channel here for you guys. So drop a like, subscribe, definitely turn notifications on, and I'll see you guys soon.